Hello and welcome to The Long Run, home of all things running, walking and jogging. My name is Angus McPherson and I'm joined here yet again for episode 16 with my beautiful co-host Elton. Elton, how are you?
I am excited for a jam-packed episode 16. Not to spoil it early, but we've got a few just good topics to run over today, which I'm very excited for.
Hot topics, fresh off the press sort of stuff. Kicking it off with about as fresh off the press as you can get into around the track. The Melbourne Marathon, as of recording, has just been done and dusted.
Yes, today. It just finished up down south in the education state.
The education state?
That's what they call it.
Well, to start off with, for the Melbourne Marathon, shout out to our friends that went down there, ran well. I saw many a PB, many a camaraderie for our friends running together, our little corn kernels.
Yes.
As well as Mitchell. Shout out Mitch with his nice PB.
Exactly. And Summer also had a PB as well. So little first name basis shout out for those two. Well done to them. Well run race. Some adversities leading in for the others, I heard.
Injuries plagued the team.
But Never Run Club girls and lads pulled through nicely. So well done to everyone down there. But Maddie Saturn was down there running the half.
Nice.
Yeah, heaps out there. Shout out to them all. But yes, I do have a bit of a recap of the elite field for us here in the pod. So we'll kick us off with we'll go to the full marathons because I got a few more comments about the half marathon.
Okay.
To talk about in a sec. First of all, it was a full Aussie sweep across the half and full in men's and women's.
We love to see that. Aussie greatness, Aussie speed.
Jack Reynard defended his last year's title in the men's.
As predicted by Elton Shibble.
With a 2:15.02. He, apparently off the press, he had gastro as well.
No way.
Yesterday. He said he had like the fever and everything as well. And he said he woke up this morning and he was feeling like decently better. He's like, even if he still had it today, he still would have ran, but he was luckily woke up feeling great.
But like the carb load gets ruined with that. Like everything goes, all the fueling goes out the window.
Exactly. So he's just true Aussie spirit, sucked it up and just pulled through.
Tough as nails.
So yeah, 2:15.02, great run there. And then Caitlin Adams, in her marathon debut, took out the Melbourne Marathon with a 2:30.26.
Dave, that's ludicrous. You shouldn't be that quick for your first one.
Mate, just athletes out there. So in the women's half marathon, Izzy Bat-Doyle come in with a course record for the women's.
Love to see it.
68.53. So she's gunning as well for Valencia Marathon in 8 weeks, which you'll notice that's a common theme across these next few names that I will mention. So yeah, that's 8 weeks out. Few are predicting that she may get the Australian record for the marathon at Valencia.
Really?
Yeah. Some quick times are predicted. So shout out to Izzy Bat-Doyle and good luck as well for Valencia. Hafnu Stritzos, he was the first Aussie through the marathon finishing line at Sydney.
Yep.
So he ran the half today and he won in a time of 1:02.13.
62 minutes. That
62
is
minutes.
Flying.
Very flying. But he's also gunning for the Aussie record of Valencia as well, which many think that he may get to. So he may be gearing up for 2 Australian records in the marathon at Valencia in 8 weeks.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it.
Episode 24, you'll hear it here first.
Yes. I've got here, I saw an interview with Brett Robinson afterwards.
Yeah.
So he also ran the half marathon. I think he came 3rd overall, with a 63.50.
Geez, that's tight.
Interesting on that though, he didn't wear a watch for that race.
I guess if it's race day, you don't need it.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. He said he was expecting it to be, more of a race than anything. So it's like if you're gunning for the win, you don't really need to.
You just got to find that person in first place.
Exactly. So he did acknowledge, you could just tell in this interview that he just wasn't too happy with his performance, just as the competitor that he was, and that he is. He just, he's always striving to get that win. So to not pull it out, it's a little bit disappointing for him. But he commented on the congestion and the planning of the Melbourne half marathon.
Okay.
Throughout the race. So they did change the course this year, the half marathon, but it's the same as previous years in that the half and the full link together at a certain point.
Yep.
And then you obviously finish in the MCG. And as you come into the MCG, there's individual lanes for the individual distances that you have to run down. But the half marathon obviously being a later start, there's already a bunch of runners out on the course. His quote here that I've got and that I paraphrased as well said, they need to fix something for next year. That was bad. Just bad. They need to improve on that for sure.
I mean, from person, like, because Newey Marathon do the same thing, obviously not on the same scale, but I remember, like, when I was coming over the finish line of my marathon, like, slowly, there were the fast half marathon people, like, flying past, and I could imagine from their perspective, I was in their way, and from my perspective, I was also like, I've done twice as far as you, get out of my way.
Yeah, and I think for someone like Brett Robinson as well in the elite field, like, they're going quick and they're...
This is their, like they're making money. Running is important. Running a fast time is important.
Exactly, and any disruption to their stride and to their rhythm can be like can cost them the race. So he was even saying that at about 10Ks in, he was physically having to like put his hands out and like touch on people, like backs and things like that, like as he was passing to make sure he wasn't
like they weren't going to dart over or steps side to side, and especially with like casuals, like you're not. It doesn't necessarily work because often you'll say like on your left, on your right, and people that run get that and whatever, but people that are just like in not only on struggle street, like probably not thinking super straight with this being their longest distance ran, they're going to be like swaying and darting and getting out of other people's way on their own.
Exactly. And then as he was even saying as well, like as he was coming into the finishing chutes, he said he like couldn't possibly be in his right, like in the right lane and get to it because there was so many people.
So he couldn't get across.
He couldn't get across the half marathon lane. And then he said he even looked behind him and saw the guy that was finishing behind him in the half marathon. He's like, he probably had the opportunity to pass him, but even he stopped and pulled back and let Brett Robinson navigate around the people to finish off.
That's good of him seeing that
which is
he's out in front. Yeah,
which is great sportsmanship. But yeah, and then even Aussie Ryan Gregson also commented on the congestion a little bit, and he also ran a slightly disappointing by his standards race as well. But both those guys are also going to Valencia to run the marathon.
8 weeks out, it sounds like a good like B race to time well.
Yeah, definitely. So keep your eyes peeled for Valencia. I think, there's, like I said, going to be some Aussie records being broken there. But yes, that is my Melbourne around the track recap.
Before we completely move on, people that are like also strong finishers, like that congestion only hurts them more than say someone who goes out hard and just holds on.
Exactly right. Like, and I didn't notice it much when I was finishing the MCG when I ran Melbourne Marathon. Like, there were people around, but
it's also gotten bigger and bigger on year.
Exactly, and I'm not up there with like by the time the elites are finishing, I imagine that's when quite a few marathoners are coming in and 10Ks and
the 4 hour sort of people. Yeah. Your casuals. Your weapons, actually. There's nothing casual about running a marathon.
God, no. You're all athletes.
Another thing, hot off the press, was live today. If you watched it, as of recording, Sunday, the 12th of October, the Ironman World Championships in Kona 2025. Our women Ironman competed for world domination.
And how did we do?
Norway, we don't do well. Okay. As Australians.
Those bloody Norwegians.
Norwegians do well. I ordered the Norwegian method book. I'm gonna read it, figure it out.
Can you please spend the money on a lactate testing machine?
A machine?
Yeah.
Like
the prick.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about like going and buying the treadmill and doing
no. The Norwegian method is how they train off lactate. I really want to do it, but the strips and the actual...
We used to do finger prick for my honours project. I could find some.
Yeah.
I could get some.
Because tangent, but a packet of like 20 strips to use for your machine are like $90.
The dried blood spot stuff.
Yeah.
Oh mate, I used to go through them like wrapping paper.
That's Newcastle uni budget. That's where your taxpayer dollars are going to. Gus just fooling around.
Oh, sorry for developing an assay that can measure cancer antigens in renal and gastrointestinal patients. But no.
Virtue signaler.
Massively. Norway, they get Ironmen. They really do. Sorry if I butcher this name. Solveig Løvseth won. She's Norwegian. Won in what is deemed one of the most dramatic Ironman World Championships of all time. She finished with 8 hours, 28 minutes and 27 seconds. And she basically, if you didn't see it, she Stephen Bradbury'd it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she pulled a Stephen Bradbury. So during the run, Lucy Charles Barclay, shout out Charles Barclay, of Great Britain, was in first place, followed by Taylor Knibb of USA in second place, and then Solveig was in third. They both basically had some stomach issues on the run and couldn't keep any of their nutrition down and started obviously like throwing up and had to pull out. Pull to the side of the race and allowed for Solveig to come past and win. So both those two girls that were in first, who had between them basically been leading the race the whole time, they suffered meltdowns late in the run because it looked hot over there. Girls were chucking ice like at the aid stations, like down their backs and everything, like into their tri suits just to try and keep relatively cool. But then also it wasn't really sealed for Solveig. At the dying stages of the run, Britain's Kat Matthews basically cut down Solveig's now lead and missed winning by 35 seconds. So a sprint finish at the end of the Ironman.
A sprint finish, because we're talking about sprint finishes at the end of a
getting
marathon.
Popular.
But sprint finish at the end of an Ironman, an even longer race.
Ludicrous stuff. So she ended up coming in second, and then a German girl ended up coming in third.
Interesting. Also, just quickly, I just had to look at that Kona is in Hawaii.
It is. Sorry, yes. So warm weather. It's basically they swap between Kona and Nice so in 1 year they'll have the men's championships in one and the women's in the other, and then they'll swap for the follow-ups.
Interesting.
So the men were in Nice a few months ago.
Yes.
And in the boys in Nice, it was a podium sweep for the Norwegians. And now, the Norwegians, they get Ironman.
They get Ironman. Triathlons, Ironman. I think because they get cycling so well.
It's got to be something like...
Yeah.
Obviously, cycling's where your time's made up. The girl that was winning the swim, or leading the swim, she put 30 odd 40 meters between her and the pack. And she was mid-freestyle. Spins over, backstroke to have a look at how much of a gap she had on everyone. While doing backstroke, turns back over and keeps swimming away.
That's so boss.
It was real alpha stuff there. But that's our Ironman World Championships of Kona 2025 for the women. I will read the Norwegian method, and I will get back to you on how we can just become the best in the world.
Well, we're going to need to test LT1, LT2.
Shout out your lactate. Moving on, last thing I've got for around the track. Again, hot off the... This is happening live as of recording. Moab 240, a 240-mile trail race through the harsh deserts of Arizona, Utah. As of recording, Killian Korth is in first place at around the 170-mile mark, and he has a whopping 30-mile lead. That's about 48 Ks on second place, who is actually Aussie Ben Courbrough. We got Aussie greatness up on the podium at the moment.
It. That's rare. That's rare to see.
I hate how Destinations Trails, they're the ones that run all these massive trail races over in the US. The US entrants have their state flag, and all the internationals just have their country flag. So they don't rate us. They don't. But Aussie Ben's in second, but closely followed by third, only a couple miles behind. And And Ben's got winning in him. He's the reigning champ of the Coast to Cozzy Ultra Marathon, which is a 240k ultra from one of the beaches down in southern New South Wales, and it's basically a 240k run straight up to Mount Kosciuszko, which just looks ludicrous.
Is that just like across like the Great Dividing Range?
Yeah, you just run straight there, finishing up at what's it called? Is it Clare something? I don't know. Up the top.
Up
Charlotte's Pass.
Beach. Right.
Clare. Charlotte's Pass.
That's a tough run.
Just straight up. Yeah. 240Ks.
Saw a guy running today in the Kosciuszko miler t-shirt.
On TikTok for the Melbourne Marathon? Or saw a person?
That's what I was running.
Nice.
So, another good local trail series there. If you're looking to have a run.
If you miss the Blue Mountains or it doesn't fit into your schedule, Cozzy has, the 50k, 100k, and the miler. Plenty of options.
Heaps.
But that's what I've got for around the track. Hopefully
Nice.
Ben can hold on to his second place finish. I highly doubt anyone's catching Killian. He does have, obviously, a few, 100 and something Ks to go, which isn't nothing, but the lead he has is just ludicrous.
It's going to be hard to chase down unless something
unfortunate
was to happen.
Yeah, he has to drop.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look for the live stream for Moab 240, but there's nothing up at the moment.
No, they only do it every 6 hours.
Oh. I want round the clock, 24 hours.
Exactly.
What are we doing?
I would like drone footage of our leaders. Also, Andy Glaze is running Moab for his third time in the road. It's his bogey race. He's never finished.
Yes.
So I think there are a lot of Andy Glaze diehards riding this one to hoping.
Is this his third attempt or fourth attempt? Third.
I think it's his third attempt. Yeah. Also Goggins is racing.
Yep.
He was coming 7th at one point. I'm not sure if he's still up there. But funny thing on Andy Glaze, he was 15Ks off course. His chip had him just way out to the left. It's a loop track, and on the southward bound, he was just out west, and it was like, hey Andy, what are you doing out there, man?
Surely third time you can just get it right.
Yeah, he's back on track now, but it was funny to see the videos of people being like, Andy, where are you?
David Goggins is still sitting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's still sitting in 7th.
Ludicrous stuff. That guy is just mental. Andy was in the 30s, so I'm not sure if he's still there.
Right.
But as long as he finishes, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. That is all that matters. But yeah, I'm excited to see how that unfolds. Big trails.
I wonder why it doesn't seem like the reigning champs have gone back year on year. Max Jolliffe obviously famously won it last year, set the record. King of Moab chose other races around this year to run. I assume not to intentionally avoid Moab, but to be like, oh no, I'm not running Moab. And then same with the guy that won it the year before Max. He didn't run it last year.
I feel like it might be a bit of a thing where it's like,
I've done the thing.
Yeah, they've won it. Why not try and win
something else?
Some of these other ones, because there are a lot of great and tough races, especially across America, that they could participate in.
Heaps. Yeah, it's just interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's around the track. Moving on, Elton, I believe you have something again that is very time precious in our race previews.
Yeah. So once again, as we're recording this podcast at 6:30 p.m. on Sunday the 12th. The Chicago Marathon's about to kick off at 11 p.m.
Stay up, stay tuned.
To what is looking like, to what many are predicting to be a very, very fast field.
Elton said, and I quote, the 2-hour barrier will be broken.
I saw someone say that may happen.
That someone was Elton.
So, in particular, the men's field for Chicago is looking incredibly stacked. So you've got last year's winner, Courbrough, Korir. He set a 2:02:44 last year, which was the second fastest time at Chicago. The only time to ever beat that is the late Kiptoom with 2:35. Many are predicting that he's going to go sub 2:01. which will be the second fastest marathon in history.
Wow.
If he doesn't break the 2:35 that Kiptoon did set.
And not at Berlin. Is Chicago the new Berlin?
Well, yeah, Kiptoon's was at Chicago as well. It is just a very flat course, and it's a big loop, but like a nice loop with like no sharp turns. Like it's almost a square down and around Chicago. But he's also joined by 5 other men who have run a sub 2:04.
Jeez, that is upper echelon sort of stuff.
So it's anyone's game at Chicago, and I'm really excited to do a full recap next week, pending results on how we go. Like to the point where I'm even thinking about I might set an alarm and get up and watch and see how this race is finishing up. Because even Kip Limo, the world record holder in the half marathon, he's taking on his second ever marathon here at Chicago as well. Which early in the year he ran London with a 2:03:37.
Wow.
So, like it's
quick on quick on quick.
So, and then just out of the women's quickly, headlined by Alimu, who finished 3rd in Chicago in 2023, but has had a very good running campaign since then. One of the top females at the moment out of Ethiopia. And we're looking at 4 sub 220 runners in the women's as well across the field. But let me grab the Chicago elevation as well for you. Just so, like, when I say it's flat, I mean it's flat. We're looking at 74 meters a gain.
Net. Yeah.
No, gross.
Oh. Is it net down?
No. It's 1 meter.
Okay.
So you got total elevation gained of 74 and loss of 73.
Yeah, flat.
And I'm pretty sure that 1 meter, well, that level 74, is just like the tiny like little bridges that you go over to go over the Chicago River. That's all it would be.
As you would know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I know. Tough race. Still have nightmares about that race.
It's upsetting. It's put a sour taste in your mouth.
Yeah. So there's like a little hill towards the end too. Like it's like the last like little bridge. I was cramping up to Lux going over that hill. It's just nightmare fuel. But yeah, that's Chicago Marathon. I'll have the race recap in the pod next week. But yeah, I'm very excited to see if there may be a new world record.
Get around it, people.
Exciting times in running. We just recapped a lot of races here.
A fast pack means fast times.
Exactly right. But yep, that's Chicago, and that is me done for the race preview.
Nice. Moving on, Elton. For those looking at potentially dipping into their pockets and purchasing a super trainer, as they are now deemed, coded, it's definitely a group of shoes that a lot of seasoned runners have. It's an important part of your rotation. You'd have to agree, Elton.
Yeah, it's integral.
I've got a head-to-head battle of some of the top super trainers of 2025 that could help you make your decision on your next purchase. In this list, just quickly, we're looking at the ASICS Superblast 2 Classic, Adidas Evo SL,
Classic,
Brooks Hyperion Max 3, Hoka Mark X2, Mizuno Neo Vista 2, Nike Zoom Fly 6, New Balance Super Comp Trainer V3, On Cloud Monster Hyper, Puma Deviate Nitro 3, and the Saucony Endorphin Speed 5.
Wow.
So a good coverage of all your major brands in running. I'd say most like the shoes that stand out to you, Elton, you're looking at your Nike Zoom Fly 6 you've put a lot of Ks into.
I have indeed.
We're raving about this Adidas line recently, one of the top shoes going around.
Definitely.
I've got the Cloud Monster Hypers that I've put over 300 Ks in. Lockie and a bunch of our other friends rave about the ASICS Superblast 2.
Yep. I know a fair few people getting around the Saucony Endorphin Speeds as well.
Of course, yeah.
I personally have tried the Endorphin Pros.
Yep.
Slightly different.
The race shoe.
It's just a carbon plate instead of a plastic plate. Same shape and geometry though.
Nice.
But yeah, there's seemed to be getting Yeah, good words, Elton. There seems to be a big growth in, like these lines of shoes coming to light. Like a lot of brands are bridging that gap between your race day and your easy, softer shoes with what's something that people can pick the pace up in, that they can
stride out.
Yeah, that they can get the feel of a race day shoe without the price tag or the
short lifespan.
The short lifespan.
Yeah, I would agree.
The expendability.
I like it. So a bit of info for you and to influence your purchase. We'll start off with like plates. So there are three of these shoes have a carbon plate, being the New Balance, the Nike, and the Puma. A plastic plate lives in the Hoka, the Brooks, the Saucony, and the Mizuno. And then the Asics, the On, and the Adidas have no plate, but caveat, the Adidas has the TPU shanks in it.
Right, yeah.
So that's what you're looking at if you want a plate, don't want a plate, want a carbon versus plastic. They're your options. In terms of your overall weight of your shoe, your Adidas Evo SL is going to be the lightest, followed by the Saucony. Mm-hmm. And at the higher end, which is correlated heavily to the stack height, the Brooks and the New Balance are going to be your heavier shoes. But the difference between the lightest and the heaviest is 224 grams to 280 grams.
Right.
So not a huge difference, but I reckon you'd notice it.
Still a bit though. Still a bit to notice.
Yeah. And then with that, obviously the Brooks have the highest stack height and the lowest stack height being your Sauconys. But with stack height, this is an important one for people to think about, because it is worth noting that a lot of all your Ironman events, all your World Athletics events, and all your major marathons that follow the rules of your World Athletics events have a cap of stack height of 40 millimeters. So any shoe over that 40 mil stack height, you are not allowed to wear in race.
I think was it only recently that Ironman cracked down on a few shoes. Was that right?
Yes, correct. Earlier this year.
Yeah.
But they've joined the party in the stack height world. Because some shoes like the Hoka, what were those super beam something or other, that ludicrously big and cushiony, which is obviously with a carbon plate, which is obviously a perfect combination when you are looking at fresh off the bike and you want something that's going to be nice on the legs.
It's going to be too much of an advantage, because I know Adidas have a similar shoe that they sell that's quite a high stack height, and that is illegal.
Yes.
Too.
But yeah, your only shoes in this list that are under your 40 mil stack height are your On Cloud Monster Hyper, your Adidas Evo SL, your Puma Deviate, and the Saucony Endorphin Speed.
Wow.
All the others are 41 and up.
I'm hearing a lot of good things about Adidas again. It seems like we're
not pushing an agenda.
No.
They're doing well. In terms of your drop, your heel to toe drop, your Puma has the most aggressive rocker at 10 millimeters, and the Hoka Mark X2 has the lowest at 5 millimeters. Worth noting that Asics Superblast, Nike Zoom Fly 6, the Mizuno, and the Saucony all have an 8 millimeter, which seems to be the most common.
Yeah, 8's pretty standard. 10's big though.
10's very big, especially for a relatively light shoe.
Yeah.
But no. So it is, it's quite aggressive. And Puma, I don't know if this correlates at all, but seems to be your very common, I've zoomed out and now you can see my legs. Your common shoe worn for high rocks athletes.
Right.
I don't know.
I think it's Puma's major sponsor.
Yeah, definitely. But I wonder if that is something that benefits them in their broad jumps or something like that, maybe.
Also very true.
And then another thing that's important for a lot of runners, the width of the shoe. Your On Cloud Monster is going to be your widest for your toe bed, looking at 104.9 millimeters as the widest shoe, and the most narrow shoe is the Nike Zoom Fly 6 out of this list. So depending how wide, narrow your foot is, obviously this is important because you don't want to have your toes sitting on top of each other bunched up together.
No, you want to be comfortable in your shoes.
Definitely. And again, similar with the stack height, your Nike, your Super Comps, and your Pumas and Mizunos are going to be your most cushioned. Where on the firmer side, you're looking at the Saucony, the Nike, and the Hoka. Firmer with what they're deeming as your most responsive shoe being your Asics Superblast 2, your Brooks, and the Puma.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good, solid list there. I wonder if we do a bit of a little bit of a breakdown on the Instagram and do a bit of a head-to-head battle and see what people are either leaning towards or, what they prefer that they've tried.
100%.
And we can crown a winner there.
The super duper trainer.
The super duper trainer. Okay.
I think looks, I know personally play a huge part. The Mizuno is an objectively ugly shoe.
I think they're always just going to have objectively ugly shoes. That and Hoka.
I have a soft spot. My Hoka Mark 6s, they're a good looking shoe. My pink lemonade colorway, they're a cool shoe. Sure, yeah, the Hoka and even the On is a bit how you going.
The Ons are a little bit.
They're experimental. They always have been, and some people like that. I have them, but they're a bit goofy looking.
I'm all for the hype beast at the Adidas.
But then a lot of people don't a lot of people have either strong opinions in the yes or the no column about the Adidas. The 3 stripes going up the toe, they just look bricky.
They're not as bricky as what the Fly 6s do.
You think the Fly 6s are bricky?
They look chunky. They just look chunky.
They're thickies.
They are thickies.
If you want to hear a more in-depth review on any specific shoe or these super trainers that we've spoken about, where can they reach out to us, Elton?
Well, if they were going to reach out, I think they should head over to @thelongrun100 on Instagram. There they can find our links to our Google form as well as all the links to wherever you watch or listen to your podcast. So if you want to write in, jump in there, or even flick us a message on Instagram, and we will get to it in the pod. So yeah, head there @thelongrun100 on Instagram.
That's us, for our listeners. Excellent. I believe that brings us to our week of training, Elsa.
Yes.
Have you done anything this week?
I have done a little bit. So what have we got?
Before you get into that, how's the body feeling?
So I did just say to Gus off air here before today that...
In the green room.
In the green room. In the studio. That he's a bit hurt again.
He being you.
Me. I talk in third person. Just how I deflect. So yeah, my hip is still giving me some grief. The same hip post Sydney, so the right hip, it just doesn't like hills. I've come to find out. Stair mastering and everything like that has been fine for it. I've actually felt quite good the last couple of weeks.
True.
But as I'll get to in my week of training, hit what I wanted to be a long run this morning, and yeah, now in a little bit of hurt in the groin hip area. Hopping in and out of cars hurts. Climbing upstairs.
Jeez, you're getting old.
Yeah, he's battling a little bit, and we are also 18 weeks out from Tarawera, 100 mile,
which isn't far away.
No, it's close enough where I would like to be getting some good Ks under the legs, especially on the trails. But trails means hills, and hills means hippie no likey.
Because with that sort of difference, little preventative stuff is going to get found out quickly. Mm-hmm. It's not a hide for the day sort of thing.
Definitely not. So, yes, more to unfold as I start to unpack it and kind of figure out what I'm going to do on that front. But I hit 35 Ks for the week. Still not very many. But had, my trail run this morning being my main run for the week that I'll touch on. Hour 40 out there, 608 meters of elevation. So just a little bit. First trail run since UTA.
What shoes did you wear?
I also donned some Nordas 001 Stealth Black.
Ooh.
For their debut run. They felt good.
You like them?
Yeah, a little bit tighter around the midfoot towards the start, but I think it just loosened up. But I usually have that issue when I tie my shoes too tight.
I was going to say you're a barely lace up guy as is.
Yeah, I do the DeMar DeRozan trick and I just don't tie my shoes. If it works for him, it can work for me. But no, they felt great. The tab at the back rubbed on the Achilles a bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I haven't noticed that.
Okay.
The little flap.
Yeah,
the
actual.
flap. Okay.
Well, like the actual back of the shoe.
Okay.
So I'm sure that will soften up.
What socks did you wear?
My LSKD black socks.
Toeless.
Toeless.
Could be a correlation.
I don't think it is a Yep.
Good wording.
Yep. But I was like trying to put a bit of an emphasis on running a lot of the hills and things like that.
Yeah.
As well. So I set so many like personal records along that track that I did out at Freeman's Waterhole, Creepy Servo. Like hidden lookout to Servo. And Tau to look out. Yeah.
A lot of gold.
All send some golds. How many just quietly? 7 best efforts.
Huge.
Few seconds, few thirds.
We were running slow we were in preservation mode for the first training block.
Definitely. So
unknown sort of stuff.
Unknown. But I did have the poles out for a lot of the hills as well to assist.
Nice.
I was 7:27 across the whole run. So I'm pretty happy.
For that much elevation in 13Ks, 14Ks, 16Ks?
13.7.
That's a lot of elevation.
I'll take it. Still not where we need to be at, but
long road ahead.
And then my usual 5 gym sessions. Did a bit of a combine session on Saturday, testing session as well, which was a bit of fun.
What's involved in a combine for our listeners?
So it was over at the Athletic Performance Centre in Gateshead.
Yep.
So this was just testing day, and then on the 1st of November, we've got the actual competition day. So there will be a YouTube video up on the Never Run Club YouTube about our testing day.
Really?
Yeah. So it was quite fun. Cool vibe. Really well run there at the Athletics Performance Centre. Shout out to them. But we tested vertical jump, broad jump, sprint, agility drill, trap bar deadlift, 3 RM.
What'd you get?
150.
Nice.
Bench press.
He'd be pressing.
Bench press.
And what did you press?
85 for 3 RM.
That's
again.
good.
Yep. I moved quite nicely for that 85, so I'm excited to see in 3 weeks what I can push that to. And then a 5-minute maximum row.
Oh, on the
row erg.
Yep.
And then a 1600 meter run, bit of a mile.
Nice.
Yeah.
You would have diced that up.
Straight up to 5-minute row. Oof, no, I was in shambles, and it was like 200 meters out and back.
So the turning around makes it tough.
So it ended up being 16, pretty much short bursts.
Yeah.
But no, it's a lot of fun. And then my usual 5 gym sessions, 6 gym sessions throughout the week as well.
Do you have much of a training plan to increase those combine results?
Throughout this week, we will hear back from the lady that runs it with our individualized tips and things like that. So for me, it's going to be a lot of like skill-based things in terms of like my
agility.
My and exploding off the feet kind of thing. So for my jumps and for like my sprint starts. Yeah. Because like halfway through the sprint, I was like,
once you're
fine.
Up to speed.
Yeah. But just the starts and that initial
there.
Power and technique. We'll hear back and work on it.
That's very exciting.
That's going to be fun.
Nice.
Yeah. And tell us about your week, Gus.
I
just lost his camera.
So my week of training consisted of 57 Ks of running with 1,913 meters elevation gain.
Nice.
Thank you. And I also clocked just over 200 Ks on the bike.
Excellent.
With just under 2,500 meters elevation gain and just under 3 Ks of swimming because I detest swimming.
Right. Any dangers of any open water swims?
Heaps of danger. Heaps of danger out there, I've found.
It was beautiful and flat this week as well out there.
You don't know what's underneath there, man. There's little fish, and little fish mean big fish. That's what I've found. 5 gym sessions, couple Stairmasters. So kicked off the week, a little 7Ks on the trails into a reverse brick 70K bike ride on the Zwift. And then, a couple of swims. The bike sessions have been the main thing this week, just pumping out some high wattage workouts, and then today hit 81 Ks on the bike into a brick run, averaging 4:30s for 6 Ks, just to get used to that transition.
And that transition at pace.
At pace, yeah, that's what I'm known for.
And how did that feel?
It was, to be honest, fine. Like the last couple of brick sessions, the legs have been jelly to start with. I didn't notice that today. It was only just the headwind that hurt, but that's just a normal running thing.
It's going to happen.
It is going to happen on the big jobs. Hit a little trail half marathon yesterday with a few of the boys. Again, lot of gold for that run.
Yeah, I did see you hit that really quick too.
Yeah, the boys are road runners by trade, and they don't get it that you're meant to slow down on the trails. And I can't whinge because I'm meant to be the guy, so I have to run fast.
Just had to grit and bear it.
That's it. A few trail runs this week. Yeah. Also, to get that elevation up, I hit the Hickson stairs. For Newcastle locals, I did 10 reps, so that is just over 800 meters elevation gain with around 7 Ks of running.
Yeah, it's just straight up.
Straight up and then straight back down.
But 10 reps, that is ludicrous. I saw Gus on his 9th rep when I joined him for 1 rep.
Yeah, it was an interesting time. He flew past on the way down.
And yeah, he looked struggling, but then I was like, he must have been out here for a while, and lo and behold, he was.
Elton wanted to have a chat, and I wasn't having a bar of it.
No, it's usually what happens.
That's it. Fresh or not, don't want to talk to him.
Exactly.
But no.
Very good week from you, Gus.
Thanks, man. We're 3 weeks and a taper out from Melbourne Half Ironman.
Exciting.
Yeah, need to swim some proper distance in the pool. The run and the ride will be fine.
Yeah.
We just need to not drown in the meantime.
Yeah, just gotta hit the ocean.
You hit the ocean. I don't want to hit the ocean. Hit the ocean baths. Lockie only did that.
When I saw you at the beach yesterday, it was beautiful water out there for a swim.
I have my boardies on. I need my wetsuit for the surf.
So you look more like a seal for the sharks.
So I float.
Also true. That would be nice.
But no, that is my week of training. Many more to come. And I believe that brings us to the end of the long run.
It does indeed. I feel like a very informative episode today.
A few thick topics.
Yes. Next week we've got a little bit of research jumping on the pod, so make sure you get excited for that as well.
For your runner's science.
But
no, that brings us to the end of the long run. Thank you for listening this far, if you have made it this far, and we will see you in the next episode.
Hooroo.
Hooroo.